But first tonight, you have to wonder why anyone goes into business right now in this country, especially when Labor is sticking the knife in. From net zero fantasies that are pushing up electricity prices and driving inflation, to oppressive regulatory policies, red tape, union influence, right to disconnect laws, IR, and the list goes on and on. Yet Anthony Albanese, addressing the Sky News Australian Economic Forum today, thinks he's the best friend business has ever had.
From big employers to the millions of small businesses right around Australia, our government wants you to be able to resume your rightful place as the primary source of growth in our economy.
I mean, spare me. The private sector has been demonised over the last 3 years and things are getting worse. Almost 7,000 businesses in New South Wales collapsed from July 2024 to May this year, a 26% increase from the previous year. More than 5,000 businesses crumbled in Victoria. Over 3,000 went under in Queensland, more than 1,200 in WA, and over 800 in South Australia. And these are the small businesses, of course, run by hard-working families and by aspirational Aussies. At the same time, the hospitality sector is buckling. New figures out today reveal that restaurants and cafes are closing their doors at record levels across New South Wales. In fact, the number of businesses falling into liquidation have increased by 222% in the past decade. And the common denominator in all of this are rising costs. The costs of doing business in this country are too high. So, Albo, spare us the now too little too late pleasantries.
In a strong, dynamic and productive economy, government should be a driver of growth, but not the driver of growth. Facilitating private sector investment and job creation, not seeking to replace it.
And the reality is the private sector wants to grow. But Labor's policies are squeezing businesses out. There were more than 5,000 regulations added under the Albanese government's first term. But the key issue is energy policy. Energy is the heartbeat of the economy. And when electricity price hikes strain the family budget, the flow-on effect means that small business is impacted. And of course, it fuels inflation. Labor has undermined economic prosperity through its reckless renewables-only fantasy. Even on Tuesday, we all got hit with another 10% increase in our power bills. And of course, Labor's solution is subsidies, aka you and I are helping to pay for each other's bills. Yet there was nothing about that today in the Prime Minister's economic outlook.
At this forum last year, I said our government's focus was winning the fight against inflation. We held to our course. And last week proved how much progress Australia has made. Headline inflation down to 2.1%.
Yeah, well, it's all well and good for the PM to pat himself on the back. But as we know, it's a false Ponzi scheme economy due to Labor's Big Australia policy allowing migration to prop it up. So it's easy for Albo to say, oh, well, we haven't had a recession, inflation has come down, but everything has gone up and inflation stayed higher for longer. And the coalition says Labor's policies are the issue.
Well, in his first term, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese spent his whole time re-regulating the economy and had his union mates on speed dial and left small business right at the back of the line. So this is a complete reversal if this is what he's actually planning to do. I think this is all rhetoric. It's not actually going to be the results he intends to deliver.
Talk about road to Damascus. It's like the government finally has woken up and realised after spending the first 3 years smashing small business and our industrial base through a raft of industrial relations policies, energy policies and new regulation, they've suddenly realised that government jobs don't grow the economy. Wow, good on you, PM.
And it seems that Labor is out of productivity ideas. It can't bring down electricity prices because it would stifle its already disastrous net zero policy. They are holding on to the unions for dear life, clinging on to their every demand. It doesn't leave Labor with many options, does it, other than this?
Tax reform will be an important part of this conversation, but not the whole of it.
Are you open to raising the GST and lowering income tax?
Well, one of the things that we're trying to avoid is just that question.
You brought it on the agenda, though.
No.
Yeah, tax reform, you heard it there. And you can bet that means new taxes. It's already started with super tax targeting unrealised gains. So we've got record business closures, costs through the roof, net zero fantasies pushing up bills, $1 trillion of debt. But Albo will tell you he's a good friend of business.